It say Forreigners, virgule, please don't leave us alone with the Danes. It's a call, it's nearly intimate demand. Forreigner, please don't leave us alone with the Danes. Do you think this is okay? What do you think about this? What do you think about this?
I think for 10 years ago, it was made 10 years ago. It was the political situation in Denmark when the government was collaborating with Dansk Folkeparti, which Dansk Folkeparti is the extension of Fremskridtspartiet, which was worse, but even almost the same. The leader of Dansk Folkeparti at this time was from Fremskridtspartiet. And this, in that time, there was a lot of political statements from artists, like we make we protest against this political system and the government, but none of the group are immigrants. That's true, and this group works normally also with statements and even activist things, like they also made it was in Africa.
Yeah.
The biogas.
Biogas. English. What is in
Plants,
English?
the biogas plants.
Yeah, biogas. But they always try to take something and put in the context, in political context, and
But did you stay because you read that? Did you stay in Denmark for 10 years because you read this?
this one.
Did you want to say, oh, I want to be friendly, I'm not going to go away, I stay? Did you stay because you want these people to be happy? Or?
I think when people see this thing, it's a little bit like funny, a little bit like a joke for me.
Yeah.
I have seen
Because some of the
doing for
people
10
who
years.
are living in Denmark, they has no choice otherwise. They are not living here for fun, inclusive myself. I mean, I don't really have other choices.
Okay.
Maybe I could have, but I don't feel that I have.
But I think this is a kind of advertising slogan that has no content at all, because you think, okay, the group will stay here in Denmark and work with immigrants, but they haven't done that. They go abroad with the business concept and make several projects in the third world as helping the poor countries. But as far as I know, no project has been done here in Denmark with the immigrants, with the problem they have and things like that. This is, for me, a contradiction, a paradox in this slogan. But I have seen some of the more well-known politicians from the left in Denmark, for instance, Johanne, the queen of the left. In her room, she has this big poster framed for it.
Yeah.
I think it's when you said it for 10 years ago. It was first time I saw it, and I think it's first time it was shown. It was in Blågårdsgade, where they had a little shop space, and they had the shop-like windows, and it looked like any other immigrant club. Exactly. But it was. I saw it first time in the windows there, in the windows of that street, and it somehow had this catchy element, so people started reusing it. It was circulating around, and politicians would use it as well. So somehow it had a good effect because it was easy to read and people
Yes.
would catch it and recycle it. So there was a good element of that just
Yes.
to like communicate that element. But when I think about it like further, now that it's popping up again many years later, it has like what you also said about like please don't leave us alone with the Danes, meaning that we are
We are not Danes.
yeah no
But
it's also
we also not foreigners.
yeah, but also that we are the ones choosing to as if we were the ones wanting to leave. But actually, is the Danish side that is proactive about not at that point kicking people out. So it's like okay, but then don't kick us out, you know.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
who is the proactive in this? It's
Yes.
like, please don't leave us.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm not leaving because I want to. It's because somebody is pushing me
Yes.
out. So it's a kind. That was now the thing about it. And then secondly, it's actually quite.
So actually, you could have said politicians, please don't leave us.
Politicians don't kick the foreigner away.
yeah, something like
Or it could be the other way around, maybe. Please take us with you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Take us with you, you know.
But I stay because I read that, you know, I thought, you know, I was part of a family, like they call it fellowship, and that, you know, people was giving me a hand. Like maybe the UN troops, sometimes they pretend they will defend people. You see UN people and you think they are going to save the place, and then they don't, and things happen. So it's a fake, it's a love letter without dating.
But this group was very much with this concept of a slogan,
Yeah.
advertising. And then, I think they are using this with that business concept of branding something, and they are branding themselves on a slogan. But actually, I'm not aware of the contents of these slogans, and sometimes they are appealing for free beer, and then you start thinking about this free beer. You have to study a little. What they mean is because we have this problem with the free software.
Yeah.
There's some computer people who are arguing that you should, and then to make a parody on that or something, they make it this free beer, meaning not that you get the free beer, meaning you get the recipe of the beer free.
Yeah, yeah. And then you buy the beer.
And then you buy the beer. You have to pay for the beer, but you get the recipe free.
Yeah.
This is the point. And this is why I had make a poster in Facebook which is say free water. And this is a real, and this is just not a slogan, because there is people working to make human rights. Paragraph 31, free, everybody should be allowed to have free water and sanitation in the whole world. And this is a slogan with meaning.
Yeah.
And this is why I don't like very much this group.
It looks nice, the orange is nice, the black letter is nice, everything nice. People like it, but doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything to anybody. People
no,
just
I
take
think
it,
I think
you
it's
know?
dangerous because let's say people, for example, politicians, they think that by publishing that they are doing good for the immigrant. People think that it's like people, they have a picture in their family of their grandchildren, but they don't see them. It's enough to have a picture on the piano, so you don't need to see your family. It's the same with the politicians. The newspaper, for example, they show that and they say we are interested in those xenophobic problems that are big here or that are growing, and the fact that they think it's enough to say this is critical art and this is about the xenophobia. It's not true. This is not about
But
critical.
it's a criticism about the Danish system, maybe?
Is it?
But I also think, I mean,
Or is
couldn't
it
you-
foreigners? Is this about foreigners or Danish
For
people?
me,
And they are using the foreigners as the immigrants
the left
to
that is using
criticize.
this to
It's talking to
criticize
the it's talking
right.
to the foreigners.
Them, but I don't know if it's talking to the foreigners or talking to the names.
It's talking in their name.
No,
So
the Danes,
yes.
about a criticism about the Danish system, using the immigrants as a excuse.
They're criticizing their own family, basically.
Yeah.
And I think
They are-
about sorry, I think about you say something about Danes. Then I think what's Danes? You know, who are Danes? And like you were saying yourself, and you've been here a long time. I don't know what your passport looks like, you know, but you are more or less a Dane.
I feel
and
like-
on the other hand, you don't know if
Yeah,
you're
but
Dane.
we are doing
So-
away, no?
So I don't know. It doesn't say so much to me. This
Things
one. It's-
do,
I
you are
look
more
at it
Danes than
and
Danish
I
than
walk on.
But I think it's made by Danish people for Danish people, like Danish in the terms that the political landscape determines it.
I think
I
you're
I don't
think
think
it's more
it's
about the Danish
Yeah.
I think it's meant
system
for,
and foreigners as excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
To
is-
make a
and-
criticism about the Danish.
Yeah, and this is something very peculiar with Danish. There is irony here.
Yeah,
That for we Latins, it's difficult to understand this irony Danish. And I have a still problem with my wife because I don't always catch the
one
meaning.
half
of
hour
that.
later. Now I know what you mean.
Yes.
but I
But
mean,
also
this-
because at this time the government had a new idea that any foreigners who will leave the country, they will get, refugees, they will get 100,000 of Danish kroners as a
Yeah, to
Have
come back
to-
to
Repatriation.
to repatriate.
Yeah.
But
and
they
it
don't have
look,
a choice.
we don't need you.
They are not
We
leaving.
don't need you at all. Just leave the country. We will pay you for leave the country.
Ah, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
like that.
So it's to the Danish system, no?
100 sounds, I will get it and then I come back.
But I mean, I guess
20
the
years.
question is, I mean, who are the foreigners? Who are the Danes?
Yes.
I mean,
Maybe it's because the foreigners are not included in the Danish society.
Ah, yeah.
We don't have much foreigners in the
Yeah.
television, in the
No.
It's true.
in the
Yeah.
work, or maybe it will never be appropriate to have that in Belgium.
No.
But this was French, actually. It's stolen from French slogan.
So from French.
Victor Ash has it on his. It's a copy.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a slogan that was in France. It's a French graffiti artist. He has it. A photo from
Ash?
before
Okay.
Ash. Yeah.
He has told this now.
He told me the story that this is Pierre from Lele that told Superflex about this slogan, and he was first launched in France.
Everything is
But this is another story.
But you use it like a
this-
statement, no?
Yeah,
So
but
it's
what
whatever
Thierry
who
say,
made it, no?
maybe it's like you could write "Don't kill animals." It's a bit the same, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes,
Who make the slogan?
I think the foreigners are not included in the
Yeah.
Danish
yes,
society.
yes.
Yeah.
And we see
that's
that.
That's why.
Yes, and
we
this
have
is
that.
why we are talking outside as well.
I think it's a good point, this exclusion inclusion.
Yes.
We're excluded,
Yes.
and this is why
Yes.
you can write these things. Yeah.
And just a question, what is this sign?
I don't know.
Ingen minoritet.
There are no minorities.
There are new words.
Are they new version?
Also,